Alright, gangsters. Today we're going through the model that helped you make 300K in 6 months. Yes, this is my exact model, okay, shawties? The OTE demons about to go deep inside the remans and tell you exactly how I made 300K since January. And I'm not joking either. In fact, I'll put the proof right there. Okay, we're gonna show you the 50K payout from my for the futures. We'll show you the 4 payout cycles from Apex. We'll show you some of the Tradify payouts and maybe some top steps up here. Okay, let's go. Let's get on with this video. The exact model that I made so much money with that now I can buy an AP, maybe. AP next. Those who know. Those who know. So guys, we have arrived, and I would like to say this setup today is the most perfect setup I can show you for describing my model, okay? But before we even get into anything, if you guys want to skip a minute, because we have a little chat right now, okay? Number one, we gotta pop a snooze for the video, right? I mean, Pew is always popping snoozes, right? Okay, get it in there. We go one, and we go. No, that's not even a good snooze, bro. Oh hell nah. All right, let's get it in. Bro, I'm locked in. I'm actually locked in now. Oh my gosh, bro. You put these in, you know where price is going. You put these in, you know where price is going, bro. I'll tell you right now. Anyways, guys, so yeah, a little bit chilly, a little bit dilly. Unfortunately, I haven't pinned today, meaning that I feel really angry inside. Anyways, this is off topic. I'd like to just go through today. Obviously, I'm telling you about the model that I used to make 300K, a little bit more formal compared to the start of the video. All proof is there, as you guys know. I want to also say I have an affiliation with Alpha now, okay? Which means use code PEW at Alpha for 35% off for the minute. I can put my thing right there. AW. If you guys use that, you get entered in giveaways and join the free Discord because we're doing loads of free stuff and trading in there. So that's really cool, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm the youngest mentor and I make the most money, so you should listen to me. All right, anyways, guys, so yeah, like I said, the video, we're going over the main model that I use, really numbing it down, and today I'm showing you the most A+ easiest way to identify this model, because it's really easy, and this will really help you pretty much in the future see, you know, what to do and how to go about trading this model that I've been showing you for the past, 2 months. Pardon me, let's get into this, right? Let's get into this. So I like YouTube videos because I don't really have to, fully long the chong. I can kind of just chill and speak sometimes. So we got the snoozing. Let's go over this trade, right? This is really, really simple. It's going to be a one trade video, and it's going to be extremely teared apart to kind of go through the way that I trade and how I see this. So I get on the charts, okay? No matter what time this is, with that's irrelevant, okay? I identify two things, the temporary draw and the full draw, right? Okay, you identify the temporary draw because the thing is, before price wants to go towards the full draw, usually we need something called inducement or liquidity taken out of the markets. This is common knowledge, right? So you'll see people using little diagrams like this, okay? This was a trade that I caught in Asia. And when you have that inducement in Asia, usually it creates that high day, lower day kind of vibe, and it sets the move for the day. If it gets, put in London, and you get that inducement, then, so on, so on. You don't have to overthink it too much, but just having that identification there, like, why would we take a range that hasn't swept inducement, okay? So we open the day, and we're looking to, obviously, sweep that inducement, obviously, guys. Really simple. And then after we swept that inducement, that's our temporary draw out the market. Now we only focus on the full draw. Like I said in my draw video, the previous OT bootcamp video, you wait for the temporary draw to be taken and then you trade towards the full draw. You could have traded up to the temporary draw, but obviously trading to the full draw is going to be a lot more cleaner. So as you can see, we have identified this inducement and the temporary draw. We're looking for shorts down to this full draw here, but how are we going to actually find these shorts, right? Because we're trading OTE, but we're looking for things above here, right? Well, we can already do something, okay? We can already highlight and validate that this is still inside of the OTE range, okay? So as you can see, 705 hasn't been tapped. But because it's such a higher time frame range, we wouldn't be limiting this, would we, guys? Okay? So you'll be waiting for a strong reaction from there. So really clearly set. We identified a higher time frame range. We've identified a temporary draw. and a full draw. Now our ideas are saying, all right, let's wait for price to sweep this temporary draw into the range and then make a range, give us more conviction and take that down to the full draw. Okay, but we also need a little bit more context on what's even inside of this hourly range to make sure that the rejection's good enough. Well, what's on the hourly? It looks like we have a kind of deformed CISD, but we start on the higher time frames, and it's a very nice higher time frame context as well. So not only is this a bit of inducement, it's also inducement on the 4 hour. It's a 4 hour wick that we can sweep into, like a higher time frame turtle soup. If you guys know what turtle soup is, right? And we have a 4 hour order block here. Okay, so this is a very strong source of reversal, and if we go into reverse, it's going to be inside of here after we sweep the temporary draw. So now you guys have highlighted we have a very strong PD array. We have a very strong target. Obviously, look at these two candles facing upwards with no wick. And we're very bearish because we had those S&Ps at the highest too, okay? And the third reason why I'm bearish is because we just pretty much left these lows, and we were pretty much also just consolidating the day before, coming back into that range, ready to distribute, and every single bearish range was kind of being used as inducement and then sweeping back downwards. So it made sense to have to resweep a lot before we go higher, and that's true. We did obviously do that, very clear as well. We wouldn't also target inducement straight away unless we were going the opposite way. Does this make sense, guys? So let's look what happens, right? This is really simple. So we've identified there's a 4 hour CSD. Now we just need that context on price actually sweeping up into it, okay? So we'll go on the hourly and just see what happens. As you guys can see, we get that rejection and we get a real range, okay? A proper range, okay? Now, not only is this a proper range, I'm fairly sure this is also forming an hourly order block, right? So you have the range made. It's not just a little bullish wick, right? We have made an hourly CISD. That is now rejected off of our entry zone. So we've found our rejection. We've swept the temporary draw. Now we want to target the full draw. We've used OT to distinguish where we want price to reverse. And if it reverses there, we have our context and our conviction. But now we need to zoom in deeper and find our entry. So what do we have to make this A+? Okay, guys? Tick off the box, draw, ticked, okay? 2 off the box, valid range, ticked, because we're rejecting off that range. 3 of the box, obviously the entry range, which we need to validate now, right? This is really quite simple. We kind of did more ticks on this as well, because we waited for price to reject off of a higher time frame range before we even went deeper inside of it. And this seems a little bit complex, but it's actually really simple. We're literally just using ranges to display the exact place we think price is going to go. There's not really much else to it aside from a little bit of discretion, which I'm very clearly stating and showing you guys. So let's get back into this. I hope I was not covering the CISD with my camera, so let's move my camera here. I apologize if I was. One little quick thing again, the CISD on the 4 hour was right here, okay? Sorry about that. So we get that hourly CISD, we reject. Now, where would we enter inside this range? So we've identified that this is a valid range. We believe that we've had even more inducement on the lower time frame. We've swept all this inducement. Now we expect price to go to this full draw. How do we find our entry, okay? Well, we wait for the range low to get made so we can draw our fib, okay? So on the 15-minute, we are coming back up. I believe this is where the range reacts from. Nope. Yeah. Okay. So we make the full range. Like I said, hourly CISD is being rejected from, but like I said a million times, order blocks can be rejected from the CE even after they've been filled. Okay. Fair value gaps, they get filled. And if after they've been filled, you do not want to re-enter that fair value gap. A fair value gap's like a girl, right? Why would you get with a girl who's been ran through? Don't do that. She's going to cheat on you. Order blocks, they don't cheat on you. It's like they made a mistake, but they would never cheat on you. Trust me. I promise you right now. Like order blocks, you can enter off there multiple times, and this is also high time frame proof because we tap into the order block and then we resweep it and we go down. This is just about to happen on the lower time frames, guys. Literally on the low time frame, right? So what do? We form that range. Price then comes up into the range, and we create that range. I believe this is where we rejected from. So we have a valid range, sweeping everything into the 4 hour and the range, and we identify high to low, okay? Where in this range would you enter? Now, this is really important. Let's get rid of the temporary draw. Where in this range would you enter? Well, at the 6-2, we have nothing. And by the way, we're on the 50-minute, which is the highest time frame we can look at. We know the 7-9 is aligned to the order block, correct? See, the CE of the order block, very nice and clean, Okay, so we've already identified this is most likely the best place to enter, right? Okay. On the 15-minute, we also have a fair value gap perfectly aligned, right? So we've kind of identified the 705 looks mitigated, the 62 looks mitigated. We never enter off the 0.5, so the 79 is obviously the best entry for this. You can take this trade in two ways. You can either take it with a 20-point stop in this environment, or you can cover to the high, okay? Even a 10-point stop works, but it's unrealistic in this volatility, right? You take this trade here, really clean. Everything's aligned now. We have 4 golden spots that make this trade A+. This is the most A+ OTE trade I literally could have found ever. Obviously, we're moving a lot of points every day, and the previous day was accumulation into this trade. You should have noticed how Monday didn't do anything important because we was accumulating for this dump. As you can see, that Monday that we opened, we did nothing, right? Okay. I mean the Friday, sorry, not the Monday. Okay. Now we open on that day, and we come up into the OTE. We get that nice rejection, and where would you go break even on this trade? Because I go break even a lot now due to this volatility. Boom. That should tell you everything, right? Before you get this close, a lot of people would go break even. This close does not mean anything because you haven't created anything. You haven't created a fair value gap. You haven't created a CISD. You haven't created any form of higher time frame support. So wait for this big ass, long ass D word candle to close. Create that break even. Place your break even on the entry, and then you can TP at these lows. Obviously 17 RR, it's not something that you should target all the time, but on that day it was very clear that our bias was extremely bearish, and then we decided to just dump down to these lows with a very clear inducement OTE trade, okay? Now, this is a trade that's not going to appear every day. This is the most A+ setup a human being could possibly find, but it's a good example for me to show you the A+ trades that we can spot with OTE, right? On this day, this was absolute textbook A+. I'm a little bit slow on my words right now. I'm really tired. I woke up really early to go to this hair appointment, and it was literally booked for today, for tomorrow. I literally can't speak. So anyways, that was obviously the most picky A+ setup I could have found. And we're not going to get that every day realistically, right? But I'm trying to show you how I tick off the criteria on an extremely A+ trade, because this is the exact model that I've been using to, obviously, like the title of the video, achieve 300K in payouts, okay? I love you all, and I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you love the video, and I hope you sub and follow my Discord, okay? I love you all. Namaste. Shalom.